one. I want to play a game.
Of tearing all the gruesome deaths in Saw 3, starting with the classroom trap. Now, all of you kids out there are well familiar with the classroom, but not this kind of classroom, let me tell you, because there are chains pulling off limbs off of bodies. Okay, I'm sorry, that's a terrible bit. Let's just do this seriously, alright? The classroom trap is the opening trap, and this is a great trap, I think, much like in Saw 2 where you have the death mask. That trap really just grabs you by the balls and makes you want to watch the rest of the movie with your eyes glued to the screen. And this trap does the same thing. However, it's not as good as the death mask, I think, because this one is just not survivable. This is kind of where the franchise starts to dive into territory where it's like, do they really deserve it? Is it really survivable? And we'll get that in more of the future sequels. And I don't really mind this as much as some people do. However, I do way prefer it when a trap is fully survivable and you can actually make it out alive, because that seems to be the motto of Jigsaw, you know, like you can survive and become a better person if you do survive it. But if it's impossible, then it's like, what's the point? You know, at that point, Jigsaw is a killer, which, I mean, in general he is, but he thinks he's not, but like, I mean, come on, he is. And especially with traps that are unsurvivable. It's cool though, it's painful. I'm gonna be putting it A. Okay, the angel trap I actually do really like, because this one is survivable. Pretty painful, putting your hand in acid. I don't even want to think about doing that. But hey, it's manageable. The fact that she almost makes it is always very suspenseful. You're always on the edge of your seat when you watch this trap. And it's always just like, fuck, man, you were so close. You almost did it. And I love it whenever a Saw trap makes me feel that way. The overall look of the trap is very cool. It's very Saw-ish. That's a new word. That's a new term, guys. That's a new term I'm going to be using in the series. Just the way it looks. Obviously, the way it's filmed helps too. The color grading as well. But also just the trap itself looks very Saw-ish. And that's why I'm gonna be putting this one S. I really can't say anything I don't really like about this trap. One of the best scenes of this movie, really. Next up is the shotgun collar. Now, if you're watching this, I don't know what your job is, but my job is a filmmaker. I'm a filmmaker. I make videos for companies. If I had to make videos for companies with the shotgun collar, I would feel fucked. I would feel like I'm walking on fucking eggshells, man. Just the fact that she has to do brain surgery on John Kramer, and if John Kramer dies, if she fucks up anyway, her brains are gonna get blown up. I like to sometimes kind of put myself in the situation and think like, what the fuck would I do? I think I would just die. No, but seriously, like, whatever your job is, try to think of doing that job with a shotgun collar, and if you fail, you're dead. It's suspenseful, you know? So, because it isn't a one-scene trap, like, for example, the classroom trap or the angel trap, it's not as memorable, but I think it's still a very cool trap, and I think it still deserves the A spot, honestly. It makes the whole scenario with her having to save John Kramer way more suspenseful. Way more suspenseful. So, yeah, easily A. Now, Jeff's trial is kind of... I don't know how I feel about this. Like, this is the reason I never really liked Saw 3. I know. But I will say, I saw Saw 3 again, and I liked it way more than I ever did. And the biggest reason I used to not like it is because I really just didn't like the character of Jeff. Mainly because he seems like such an idiot, and like he's... I don't know what... there always seems to be something wrong with him, you know? And I'm always like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, how are you just like... just kind of walking around something. Like, what the fuck? What is wrong with you, you know? In general, I also don't really like the fact that he has to forgive people, you know? Like, I get the motive, but I don't think he's as deserving of the traps and this trial as some other people would be. That's why I love Saw 6, because I feel like William definitely deserved his own traps, you know? Way more than Jeff did, really. So that's why I'm never too big of a fan of it all, just in general. I'm gonna put this one C or D. I mean, it's not that bad, so I guess C. It's like, it's okay, you know? It's in the middle. Next up is the freezer room, and I think like Jeff is kind of like that Quentin Tarantino meme, you know? Like, he's always just standing around, looking around, and not doing anything, you know? I'm like, Come on, dude. Fucking do something. Like, half of the trap is just standing there, like... And I get it, it's cold, but he's wearing double clothes, I think. I'm pretty sure he's wearing like a zipper hoodie or something. Give it to her at least, do that. Come on. And also, Jeff just has to go through some, like, pipes to grab the key from a chain and, like, free her. And it seems like the easiest thing to do, you know? It's not like he has to cut his own eyeball out to get to the key or something. I never really liked this trap in terms of how painful it looks. It doesn't really look that painful. I mean... Granted, I wouldn't want to be frozen alive, you know? It's not the preferred death for anybody, I think. However, it's not one of those things where I'm like, oh, fucking gnarly, dude. Like, at least I have that with, for example, the classroom trap. Even though it's not survivable, I'm always like, oh, fuck, that's gnarly, you know? And same goes for the angel trap. With the freezer room, it's not the worst thing ever, so I guess I wouldn't put it F, but certainly E. Because it's just not one of my favorite scenes. And the same goes for the pig vat. I feel the exact same way about that. It's not that gnarly. Like, it's disgusting and you're just like, fuck. That's just fucking gross. And it's not that entertaining, you know, for me personally to watch. I like gore gross. I don't like gross. If that makes any fucking sense. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one E. Because also, Jeff is a fucking idiot here and takes way too long. Like... really way too long. It's just fucking... Man, just thinking about it, I'm losing my patience with this dude, man. I will say it is one of those traps that you kind of remember. It's not that I remember it in a positive way. I'm always like, oh god. Right. That scene. The rack, however... I mean... that one is good as fuck. I guess the only negative I could really come up with is the fact that, like, Timothy, who's in the trap, he can't really do anything. He doesn't have a chance at surviving from his control, like, he's out of control, you know? Yeah, I also never really liked that the lawyer guy, I think, was there during this trap. He's like, do something, Jeff, and I'm like, dude, you're just standing there too, you're not doing anything either. However, this trap is so painful looking, and much like the angel trap, very Saw-ish. Because of that, I really want to put it as anyways, because the things that I don't like about it, I think they're a bit more than nitpicks, but for me personally, with this specific trap, they don't really take away as much from my enjoyment out of the trap. Jeff's final test, I don't really like. The scene is cooler than the... No pun intended, but the freezer room. Bruh. It's cooler than the freezer room and the pig vat. It's certainly a more iconic scene, but it's always so frustrating. Again, like Jeff described in one word, frustrating. Because it's like, do you still not get it, dude? So I'm gonna put it D. Now, Amanda's test is more interesting because at least there it shows just how much of a genius John Kramer really is. One of the quotes in one of the later movies is like, don't let anything to chance. And he always anticipates what a human will do. And he completely anticipated, like, hey, if I get a bit comfortable with Lynn, Amanda will get jealous. She will either not do anything and win her test, obviously, and just free Lynn and listen to him. Or Amanda will kill Lynn, and then Jeff is gonna find Lynn dead. He's gonna get pissed and kill Amanda. It's very fucking complicated, but he figured it all out. I like that Amanda was put to the test. You don't really see that coming at all, especially given the fact that it was a twist in the second one that she was working with Jigsaw all along. But now in this movie, it's a twist that now she's being tested again. It's like a fucking weird Uno reversal card 3 times. Yeah, I always like it for that. I would say I prefer it over Jeff's trial, so I guess I would put it B. Yeah, so there's my list, guys. Do you agree with me or do you not agree with me at all? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to check out the playlist over here to see all the other Saw Traps tier lists. And I'll see you guys next time. See ya.